associate of the president. How did Rudy Giuliani come back into the post-election period in the White House?
Well, I think that bewildered a lot of the people around the president. For one thing, they were always trying to keep him out. So that was sort of one of the priorities of the Trump White House, or the people that work for the president, was to keep Rudy out. They didn't trust him because for a full array of reasons, among them his drinking, his incredible disorganization, the fact that he would say almost anything that the president wanted to hear, essentially his desperation to do anything to be back in the spotlight. And many people blamed Rudy Giuliani for most of the terrible things, including the impeachment, the first impeachment of the president that happened in the Trump administration. So there was a real a real guard posted to keep Rudy out. But a combination of factors, mostly having to do with the fact that the president is always looking for someone to say what he wants to hear. And at the end of the day, after it had become clear to everyone around the president that he had lost the election, and this was clear by the election was on Tuesday. By Friday, it was pretty much clear to everyone. And at the end of the day, there was only Rudy who was willing to say to him, "No, Mr. President, you actually won the election, and they have just stolen it from you." So that's how Rudy, largely a drunken Rudy, came back into the White House.
What's the relationship between Rudy Giuliani and Donald Trump today?
They don't speak. Rudy is not even allowed to call the president. So again, this has happened multiple times over the last 4 years. Rudy is allowed in, makes a mess, and then is pushed back out. And also Rudy wants money from the president. And so no matter who you are, how loyal you have been, how much in your debt the president actually might be, once you start demanding that he pay you, then his mood changes.